Welcome back to another class on Evean Hazaer Halacha series. We are continuing in Siman Aleph in Halacha Chet. This will be part 11. We are going to do today Ot Tetzain in the Bash. Before we do that, let's have a small review to understand the Bash better. Yesterday we saw in the Cham, in Ot Yur Aleph, that he brought us the foundational argument between the STAM and the YESH and explained the reason why the Shulchan Aruch did it like that, because he wanted to tell you whenever I say something in the STAM opinion, meaning in an anonymous way, you should know that's really the Halacha. So why did you mention the YESH Omrim? To show them kavod. He wanted to show them importance. That was what we saw from Ot Yur Aleph in the Cham. In the Shulchan Aruch itself, we saw that the machlok between the STAM and the YESH was, according to the STAM, they're not really concerned for the mitzvah of le'erev al tenach yadcha. They're not concerned of the mitzvah of populating the world. According to the YESH, they are concerned with the mitzvah of populating the world. What was the machloket? We wanted to see what happened if a father had a boy and a girl. He did the mitzvah of pruruv, but chas v'shalom lo olin rabotai, right now he's without a woman. Now he wants to go get married. We tell him, you want to go get married to a childbearing woman. So you can fulfill the mitzvah of le'erev al tenach yadcha. But the guy tells us he doesn't have the money to marry a childbearing woman unless you sell a Sefer Torah. Came the Stam, says, no. We are not selling the Sefer Torah for you to go ahead and try to fulfill the mitzvah of le'erev al tenach yadcha. That we're not going to do. So what do you want him to do? Go marry a woman that cannot bring children. He said, go marry her. Because we don't want him to be without a woman. That was the opinion of the Stam. Came the YESH Omrim. The YESH Omrim said, what do you mean? When it comes to the mitzvah of le'erev al tenach yadcha, of course you have to go ahead and sell the Sefer Torah. And let him go ahead and marry the childbearing woman. Why did you have to tell me he has to marry a barren woman? So according to the Stam, you are not allowed to sell the Sefer Torah on behalf of a person who wants to continue doing the mitzvah of le'erev al tenach yadcha. According to the YESH Omrim, you are allowed to sell the Sefer Torah to continue doing the mitzvah of le'erev al tenach yadcha. Again, what does le'erev al tenach yadcha mean? That means you want to continue having more children even after you have fulfilled the mitzvah of pruruv. Comes the Bash. Okay, so before we continue the Bash, the way we understood the Cham yesterday, we said Stam v'yesh, Halacha is like Stam. So we know that if somebody comes to us right now and says, Rabbi, he did the mitzvah of pruruv, but he doesn't have the money to marry a woman that's going to bring him more children. Can we sell the Sefer Torah and let me go and marry her with that money? We're going to tell him halachically, asur, no, you're not allowed to do it because halakha is like this time. Comes the Bash today. Listen, listen to what the Bash says today. In Ot Tetzain, he says like this: V'yesh omrim shafilu v'chulu. L'data michaber nir'eh, according to the opinion of the michaber, it seems the svirle ikar keda'at harishona, that he holds that the main halacha is like the first opinion, like the Stam. That's what it seems. That's what we just finished saying yesterday. The whole shiur was based off this, that halacha is like the Stam. Comes the Bash and he says, related. No, it isn't so. Not true. Who told you? Why? Just because you have Stam v'yesh, good. I'm happy you have Stam v'yesh. But that cannot be the case. Why? Now he's going to bring proofs. Da harosh, because you have the Rosh. Katav, because the Rosh himself wrote, De muchrim avagav dikiyem pru'urvu. He says, clearly you're allowed to go ahead and sell the Sefer Torah, even if you fill the mitzvah of pru'urvu. V'chen katav da'at ha-me'or. Also the opinion of the me'or is also you're allowed to go ahead and sell it. V'ramban, the Ramban also says you're allowed to sell it. V'haritva, also you're allowed to sell it. V'animuku Yosef, also you're allowed to sell it. Comes the Bash, says, I don't understand. You have the Rosh, you have the Ramban, you have the Me'or, you have the Ritva, you have the Muki Yosef. So basically we have 5 of them. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. 5 humongous Rishonim clearly say you are allowed to go ahead and sell the Sefer Torah in order for him to continue doing the mitzvah of le'erev al tenach yadcha, like the YESH Omrim. V'lo matzinu behedya, but we don't find openly mi shesover keda'eya harishona. Rabotai, listen to this. This is Torah, Rabbi Isai. We don't find, I don't know what to tell you. We don't find it openly written anywhere who says that you're not allowed to sell the Sefer Torah in order to continue the mitzvah of prevail. You won't find those words. Yeah, what do you mean I won't find it? Clearly, Shulchan Aruch, he clearly says, right over here, he says, you're not allowed to do it. No. Comes the Baj and he says, you know what happened? Listen to this. Eila, Harosh ubal ha'maor, the Rosh, what we just mentioned on top, and the Bal ha'maor, which we mentioned on top also. Both of them that say you're allowed to go ahead and sell the Sefer Torah, openly they said it. Listen, Hivinu kem midivri harif. They understood it from the words of the Rif. They made an inference. The Rif never said it openly. The Rosh and the Me'or, it was vague. The Rif's words are vague. It's not clear. The Rif doesn't say, you're not allowed to go ahead and sell the Sefer Torah to continue with the mitzvah. The Rif doesn't say that. Came the Rosh and the Me'or, the Bala Me'or. Both of them come and they say, that's the way we understand the words of the Rif, that you're not allowed to sell it. Rabotai. But it's not written anywhere openly. And here you have 5 big Rishonim clearly say you are allowed to go ahead and sell it. So if you have 5 open Rishonim that say you're allowed to sell it, and you have 2 that are making a deal, they're making an inference from the words of a Rishon. By the way, Rif was a humongous Rishon, one of the top Rishonim. If the Rif would have said it, let's say, he would have said, you're not allowed to forget it, Rabotai, close the box. Rif was big. But they made an inference from his words. So how do you have 5 big Rishonim against 2 Rishonim that make an inference from the Rif? It's not even openly written. Look what he says. I gotta go back one more time, Rabotai. We don't find openly who holds like the first opinion. Rather, the Rosh and the Balam Or, they understood from the words of the Rif. Rabotai, but that's also, you're not forced to learn like that from the words of the Rif. Like it's brought down in the Sefer called Melchemet Hashem, which belongs to the Ramban. No, Rabotai, bottom line is, you don't have weight to go like the STAM opinion. Yeah, you're right. STAM YESH, Halacha is STAM. But there's no weight. Continues the Bash and he says, by the way, yesterday, Baruch Hashem, there's a big rabbi that came in from, I just thought about that. This is what I try to do over here. Yesterday there's a humongous rabbi, a very big dayan. His name is Rav HaGaon, Rav Boaz Yusuf of Shlita. I want to show right over here. This is him right over here. Right over here. So it was me, very big Talmid Chacham. I learned with Talmid Chacham at night. Actually, two of them we learned with Yosef Zaurov. A lot of you guys probably know him, Dr. Yosef Zaurov. He's a dentist, and you guys probably watch his lectures. He also has on Biyachad, and also with Shalom Babayev. Yesterday, almost an hour, I think about 50 minutes, till 11:30 almost. Actually, it was past 11:30. We were learning, trying to understand another Peshat. There's another Peshat. We were going back and forth with it. We weren't able to understand it. So we went to ask this Dayan. He's a very big Dayan in Israel for almost 25, 30 years now. So Rabbi Boaz Yusupov, and we asked him, Rabotai, when you learn like this, every little thing, every little word changes the whole situation. Change the whole halacha. It's nuts. It's nuts what Torah, Rabotai. Not that you just sit in Mutar Asul, you take English. Rabotai, when you learn like inside, from the words you can pick up if this is emet or not. Because otherwise people are feeding you their opinions. In any event, why am I telling you this? Because he was explaining to us, he gave us yesterday a case that's unbelievable. Listen to this case. Yeah, a real case. They had came to them. He didn't give us the answer, but listen to the case because they have to make up the case now. There was a guy who wanted to take a $20,000 loan. Initial $20,000 is a lot. So the guy that was going to give him, meaning the lender, told the borrower, I'm not giving you 20,000 unless you give me a guarantor. Okay. The guy went, he told his friend, listen, I need a guarantor. He said, listen, I can't guarantee all 20. So the lender says, how much can you guarantee? He says, only 10,000. Okay, he says 10,000, good. The lender says, on 10,000 guarantee, I'm willing to give him a $20,000 loan. Fine. 2 years pass. The initial borrower comes to the lender. He says, here's your 10,000. The other 10,000, go take from my friend. What you mean go take? Go take from my friend. He's my guarantor. No, let him go pay it. So now they go to the guarantor. He says, hello, you owe me 10,000. So why do I owe you 10,000? He says, because your friend of yours is not paying me the other 10,000. So what do you mean? What do you mean he's not paying you 10,000? But I thought the loan was for 20,000. He said, yeah, he gave me 10,000. Now he doesn't want to pay me the other 10,000. So the guarantor goes, I see. He said, I want to explain to you something. When I wrote the guarantor, when I became a guarantor, in my mind, I knew that all he can pay back is 10,000. So I only guarantee you on those 10,000 that he already paid you. So I don't have to pay you. So they came back to the borrower and they said, hello, give us 10,000. So why do you think I got the guarantor? Because all I knew I was able to pay 10,000. Go collect all the 10,000 from him. Rabotai, who's wrong? Who's right? I don't know. So basically, why am I telling this? Rabbi Boaz Yusupov told us this case you won't find in the Shulchan Aruch. So what you have to do, you have to go to the beginning of the borrower and lender and the guarantor. You have to see that you have to try to find in the words of the Rishonim, try to make diukim, try to make inferences from the words to try to come up something that is similar to what the case that's going on. And then you have people, and he has this is actually his kolol. He's not building regular rabbanim. He's building dayanim. He's building judges actually. And his rabotai is just so beautiful. It is so beautiful. You know, just to sit with him, just to learn with him. When you were able to learn Torah, you know, you could just just stop the watch and you could learn Torah all night. Because that's the emes. When you are able to learn Torah inside this Rishon, that it's a different opinion, like this, back and forth, back. There's again, I just want to show you something about that. I want to show you something. Over here, I'm just doing with you this right now, right? I'm doing the Cham and the Bash. Right? You also have other opinions over here. You have the Tur Zahav, you have other opinions. Rabotai. And that's besides the debate yourself. But look how much Torah there is. That's why it's very, very important we get a pen and a paper, define, translate, understand, learn, highlight, write again and again, re-listen again and again. You know, one of the secrets that I can try to share with you, a lot of people, you have to remember, Rabotai, I didn't go to yeshiva all my life. I went to yeshiva, I got kicked out. I went to yeshiva, I got kicked out. Yeah, I did learn Aleph Bet, Baruch Hashem. I was trying to learn how to read the Siddur. But the majority of my years were in public school. PS1 17, PS2 17. I went to Hillcrest. I went to John Bound. I went to Forest High School. That's eventually where I did finish. Then I went to St. John's. So people are like, Rabbi, B'li Har, Baruch Rabotai, it's all Siyata D'Shemaya. But B'li Har, so someone says, does it make sense? So when I used to learn with my Rabbi Moshe Wolken Shlita, I used to record everything that he used to say. And whatever I saw that I didn't understand, I would ask him every single word. But that was not the end of it. When I used to go to work, I used to have headphones on while I was working, because I used to work as a shoemaker. And as when you work, so it's very loud. So I would always have to get headphones that are noise cancellation, because the machines you're working with. And I would, one shi'ur, that same shi'ur that the rabbi gave me, Rabotai, without exaggeration, I would listen to it all day long when I was driving to work, coming back home from work. Oh, that same lecture. If I saw I didn't understand something, if I saw maybe I'm missing a word, I would come back that night and tell the rabbi, I don't understand this. And the rabbi had so much patience, he would go over every little word. I didn't understand the abbreviations, he would go anything, Rabotai, he would go over and try to explain to me. Even if it took hours, it didn't matter. But this is how you learn. By listening one time, you're not gonna be able to get a lot. To prepare for this shiurim, it takes hours. Yeah, you might sit there 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it might be. That's nice, but it doesn't it doesn't take to prepare 10, 15 minutes. It takes hours to prepare this. Sometimes days and weeks to prepare such a thing. And anyway, you have to understand, Rabotai, not only if you're learning with me right now, but if you have Rabbanim that are learning inside the book, that they're going word for word. For example, what's his name? There's an app that came out. I gotta tell you his name. There's an app that came out. It's called All Halacha, I believe. I don't even have it, man. It's called All Halacha. It doesn't matter. It's called All Halacha. It says with the Rabbi Weiss. His name is Rabbi Weiss. Ashkenazi Rabbi. He has Mishnah Berurah that he does. He does Ashkenazi way, but I started doing Daled Mashal Halacha Sephardi. That's why I took it from him. But if you see the way he does it, inside, Mishnah Berurah, Shulchan Aruch, Rama, inside. And Rabotai, these are the Rabbanim that you want to learn from. Rabbanim that learn inside, you want to learn from them. Musar, you can learn outside. Chumash, you can learn outside, no problem. But when it comes to Halacha, when it comes to Gemara, when it comes to Mishnah, when it comes to things that you have to remember, you have to know, that you want to try to see those words inside. In any event, I'm telling this right now, Rabotai, is because, you want to become a Talmid Chacham. You could look how much treasures there are in these words. And it's nice because it just gives you this satisfaction that I can't even describe the satisfaction you get from learning Torah from inside the Shulchan Aruch or Gemara or anything else. Again, understand me correctly, you could do the English books, it's also beautiful, no problem, but the kaimok, the steak, should be the main portion should be from over here. Okay. In any event, Rabotai, let's get back. He said like this: This was the Beit Chadash who brought down the name of Tosfot in page Samach Aleph. We clearly see over there you have Tosfot that says you don't sell the Sefer Torah. Oh, good, you have another opinion. Because he said it's not written openly. He said, no, that's the problem. Lodak, it's not an accurate saying. Why? Because over there, they wrote that you don't sell. That's according to the Mishnah's opinion. Aval Rabbi Yeshua, but according to Rabbi Yeshua, remember we had Rabbi Yeshua and we had Rav Nachman. But according to Rabbi Yeshua, that he holds of the mitzvah of le'er al tenech yadcha, pishida de tzarich limchor. And we're going with Rabbi Yeshua. We're not going with the Mishnah's opinion. So this is when the Beit Chadash brought down that in the name of Tosfot, we see clearly over there that you don't have to sell the Sefer Torah. No, that's not accurate because Tosfot was saying that according to the Mishnah's understanding, but not according to the opinion of Rabbi Yeshua. But we need the opinion of Rabbi Yeshua. So that's what he says. Awal Rabbi Yeshua peshita de tzarich limchor. But according to Rabbi Yeshua, it's simple. You need to sell the Sefer Torah. V'chen ikar, and that's going to be the halacha.